All right, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the VOD reviewing series. I know I haven't been doing this a lot in the past, but I'm starting to get more into the rhythm here. Gonna try to get more VOD reviews for every Thursday or scripted videos every Thursday. Keep the highlights on the weekends. But without further ado, I'm going to keep this one extra short. Val, if you want to introduce yourself to the viewers, just let me know what you're all about.
Hello, my name is Vel. I'm a plat support main. I peaked 2,688. I'm looking to work on my positioning mechanics and just overall awareness of the game.
All right, I'd say that's pretty valid just for support, specifically flex support in general. But since our time constraints are pretty low, I'm just going to get right into it. This is a ladder game, just so everyone knows. It's not a scrim, so the comps are a little wonky here. But before we start, as Ana, when you have nano boost, what are you looking for? Like, who do you want to nano in specific situations? The top 3 players you want to nano.
For the team that we have right now, it's probably Genji, Ryan, and then Zarya.
Okay. Do you know the situation in which you're going to be nanoing Zarya?
Zarya probably to just keep her alive.
I want you to think about nano as not only just to keep someone alive, but also alt generation. So say that you like need a clutch up and you're trying to stall. Your Hanzo has Dragon and your Zarya is like 80. Nanoing a Zarya there is completely fine to get that grab for the clutch potential, because that's your win condition, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that
no
makes
under
sense.
Like, I think a big thing just to get you started thinking this, because it's gonna come really in handy like when you get to that like next level, is looking at your comp specifically in ranked and trying to understand what your strengths are with this comp. Because in this comp, can I get to Epic Pen, please? I don't know if it's gonna let me. That's kind of odd. Huh. Maybe I have to do that. Okay. Yeah. So with this comp specifically, this is really strong actually for just comp in general, specifically in plat, because you have a lot of really strong win cons. You have the Nano Blade, you have Grab Dragon, you have Beat to counter either one of these 3 ults. I mean, Reaper too, but you can sleep that, so it's not as strong. And Shatter just for also, like, if you need it for the Blade, the Reaper ult, their push with a grab, you know, that kind of stuff. How do I delete all this stat? But understanding like what your win conditions are really gonna help you a lot. Why is that being weird? Okay. What? Okay, this is weird. I need to fix this. We're just not going to use Epic Pen, I guess, until I absolutely need it. But let's get right into it. All right. Let's see where you stage yourself. Against their comp, you don't know this yet, obviously, but you should always be tabbing to see what they have. It's a little weird. The only thing that's really going to step on you is Genji. So knowing that, you can take a little bit more aggressive positioning. This isn't bad. Honestly, I've never thought about this positioning before. Because usually, if I'm trying to play that position, I'll start here. But honestly, this is not bad. Huh.
I usually start slightly to the right of that, and then I put a spray down where that high ground window can't see me, and I play in that little wood spot right there.
Yeah. My only problem with this is that you're really susceptible to a sniper coming up here and just completely denying your LOS. I mean, the same thing kind of goes for here, but you can kind of peek around this wall. What usually happens for me, though, is if my tanks want to push, I have to drop here and they swing there. So I mean, this isn't a bad position. It depends really on what your tanks want to do, and since you have a Hanzo, you do have a Lucio though, so they might want to step. That's the thing, you can't really drop and step there. That's a fine starting position though. Like, I don't really have any problems with it. That's completely fine. It's not what I specifically do, but
me personally, and hi, I'm Mobble man, by the way. I'm one of Pass's other
yeah,
I play slightly to the right,
like, right here,
right in to the left
here,
where I can see the choke, but I can't. The high ground window can't see me. It's like left a little bit more. Left a little bit more.
Here.
Right around in there. I'll put a spray down where high ground window can't see me, and I'll play here. That way,
yeah, that's
Hanzo jumps high ground, Hanzo
fine
can't see
too.
me. And tanks can play aggressive.
It's just the problem is if your Rhine drops shield, you have to then rotate.
Right.
Yeah, it's all just how your team wants to play. So this isn't bad. I have no objections to that. Okay, reloading. Scoping is fine. Your Rhine just, yeah. You need to communicate to your Rhine to not be as aggressive there, but it is ladder, so. You probably just lose the fight now. Oh no, your Zarya is popping.
I'll Rhine with the one guy, not a
Reloading. So you definitely could have just stayed here. Let's bring this back a little bit, actually. Where are we at? Back a little bit. Let's just do this slowly. So your Zarya is there, okay, and you're right there. You're just healing him up because your win con is like your high charge Zarya is popping off, and this Genji isn't focusing Hanzo for some reason. Okay, Zarya begins to step back, as she should for tempo. You're staying here, which is good. Actually, she's stepping forward. I'm just not gonna comment on this. She should be dead. Your fine LS here. You see your fine LS here? That shield's awkward, but you can still hit those shots. But here, a problem's about to come up, because you see the Zarya's rotating around to your right. But let's see how you move, and how you should be moving. So you moved forward into Zarya, when, instead of going forward, you could have played right here, completely LOS that Zarya off. What you should have done is call your Zarya to move back. You're moving back as well, instead of moving forward into everyone's LS, because you're probably dead here. You're most likely going to die. And just walk up these stairs, tell her that you're taking it slow, give them ticks, play up in this window, and then have your Zarya step right here. You're still probably going to lose this fight, just because, I don't know, the Sig's won. But that's just a lot of a safer rotation to make, and it's going to make you live a lot more. And the whole mantra of flex support is just to live more, die less. Or kill more, die less. But that's not... I mean, that right there is just a mistake that you're going to have to, like, understand that you can move somewhere different, and that just comes with practice. The aim isn't that bad, though. It's fine to scope here. I don't think you need to, but you're behind cover, so it's not awful. Again, you have to tell your Ryan that you're not in LOS. I'm sure you did, but if you didn't, make sure you're always communicating LOS and that you can't push there. Okay. You're spamming shots. Okay, that's fine. Alright, I have a problem with that. Just because I don't want you to get in the habit of doing this. You already have Nano, and I mean the Zen's low, so I can see where you're trying to kill him there. But you don't want to give their supports alt charge. That's a fine shot. Like, you can take that shot for Zen because he almost dies, but if he's full health, I want you to understand that that's not necessarily a good thing to do. It's very nitpicky, but you give more alt charge to the healers in the case that he doesn't have BAP alt already. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I got you.
I wouldn't focus on that. I wouldn't write that down if you're writing any of this down, but just keep that in mind as you move forward. Okay. Again, communicating your LOS to your teammates and where you are. Okay, that's a fine-ish nano, but know that you have nano blade. And that's a win con right there, but you're probably trying to... Ooh, but I'm being very picky. See, she gets grabbed there no matter what. She doesn't need nano, I don't think. I think you save it for the nano blade and just try to build nano blade because that's really your fight win condition. Okay, you're reloading, kill your team. Your team just isn't together. You could have naded your Rhine there as well, which would have been really good. See, like right there, if you rotate to, like, this is why I like the high ground more, because it gives you more of, like, more options. Like, if your team wants to step, you can drop. Or if your team's dying, you can drop to here again. But taking this high ground, like, it saves you from that Zarya. Since you're specifically saying you want to look at positioning. The high ground there keeps you alive 100%. And if the Genji wants to try and dash you up here, you can just drop.
Gotcha.
And then you force a CD out of him, which is crucial to a teamfight win if the Genji doesn't get a dash reset. Because then he's free, if that makes sense.
It does, yeah.
If you do have any questions, by the way, too, or if you think that I'm like, if you want to question like, oh well, my coach said that this was right, but you're saying it's wrong, just let me know.
Basically, everything you say is gonna be right because my coach is your student. So
If there's anything that you think is contrary to your belief, just let me know. That dragon was awful. That blade was also awful. They're platinum, so you know they gotta learn. But when the fight's lost, the fight is lost. All right, let's see where you stage yourself. Lopple told you well. Lopple taught you well. Let's go. This is my favorite spot to play in the game, by the way.
I learned this just randomly in comp. I've loved it ever since.
Yes, this spot is very good unless your team wants to step. You just have to let your team know that they can't push this angle over here. I don't have that big pen, but that staircase is like really rough unless they know they have kills. But at that point, if they're pushing that angle, like tanks only push that angle if they know that they're getting those kills and they're not dying, because it's very deadly to go in there with full health because it's very linear lane. But yeah, okay, taking pot shots at the Genji is fine because you need ult charge. Oh, there's a Reaper. Oh, you're jumping. Crouch there. Also,
Yeah.
hit your sleep. You messed up. I messed up too. But crouching is important. I'm gonna give you the same regimen I gave Loppelman at the end of the game, but after that thing, like that's the only thing I'm gonna say about mechanics, because a lot of that's just practice and not really. I can't just tell you, oh, just hit the sleep, bro. Like that's all I can really say. Let's see, wait, he held the 20-second marker is not. Okay, now we're here. All right, so ulties. I know that you can't see that in game. You have a beat. I don't know why you didn't beat sooner. He might not have had it. They're gonna have a grab soon. Okay. And this is all things that you should be thinking about, but you don't necessarily, like, they have a grab Reaper all. You're probably losing this fight, to be honest. Honestly, you probably should have switched to Moira or Bap just for stall, since you're not close to a, nano. But that's nitpicky-ish. You're playing to keep your Genji up here, so I want to see if you keep your Genji up. Ooh, there's a Genji diving you, use nade aggressively. Should die for that, to be honest. Okay, scoping not necessary there. I mean, you're behind cover though, so it's not necessarily bad either. Okay. Reloading. Your Genji has blade. If he stay, he died with it though. You need to build nano. You need to be looking to do damage. Well, or keep your Genji up, but that failed. Yeah. So, step one, I just don't think you should have been on it to begin with. Step two, you know that your Genji's closing in on Blade, and that's kind of your win con, even though it's a really shitty win con. So, like, instead of telling you, oh, just heal your Genji and making sure that your Genji's alive, I want you to kind of start thinking and understanding why you want your Genji to be alive. Because in some situations, when you're playing Ana, you don't want to focus on your team and you want to focus damage and try to get picks. In some stall situations, if you're going to play that. But that all depends on the fluctuating win condition. I don't know if you've ever heard that word, or if that makes any sense. Because to me, I didn't learn what a win condition was until like GM.
Yeah, I understand it. I just definitely do not think about it as much as I should.
Like, especially in Plat, just keeping up your teammates is generally gonna help you a lot. But the thing is, I'm not trying to coach you out of Plat. I'm trying to coach you to be like the best player you can be. And just thinking about win conditions is really important, especially as the flex support. Because a lot of comm roles I'm actually starting to see is a lot more, like, calling fight won or lost is really important as a flex support. And understanding that, and especially when you're the main healer, quote unquote, you kind of have to understand who you're trying to keep up. In this case, it was the Genji, which you ultimately failed at doing so, but that's not awful because you probably didn't think about that. So I'm not going to narc on you for something you didn't even know. The fact that you guys are stalling is crazy. He gets one pick with it. Okay, it's fine. You saved your sleep for the Genji blade. Whiffs, it's fine. Yeah, that was a hard sleep because that Genji was so brain dead. Okay. Alright. You ultimately lose that. The only thing I can really take away from that was you need to understand what you're trying to do with your comp, even though it's ladder, and like what support you should be playing in a specific situation. Just think about it, because that affects your win condition, and you need to play your life, because your life's really important. I'm telling you, probably the most important thing to get into Masters is just living. If you live as Ana, or as a support, or as any character, that's going to get you up to at least Diamond or Masters. Once you get into Masters, it's all about getting more value than the other support player. Because at that point, both people usually understand dying's bad. Why I'm saying don't die and you'll get out of Diamond and Plat is because just by living, you get enough value to get up out of those ranks. And that's not a narc on Plat, because I've been in Plat, or I was in Plat for like 3 seasons at the start of my season, like playtime. Just because I didn't know what I was trying to get better at. So this isn't bad though. This doesn't seem like low Plat either. It's odd. All right, you're vibing. Let me see what your comp is. Okay, Echo, pretty much the same thing, just a little bit more mobile of a comp, and they're running a Sim and a Moira, so you're going to be taking a lot of poke damage. You're going to be wanting to play with your Lucio a lot and calling for peel, hoping that... Okay, let's go. Let's see. You nade yourself. Didn't have to do that. You don't know why you didn't have to do that, because you have a Lucio right there. Now I know he's in Plat, but try to get yourself more if he doesn't heal you after 2 seconds and you're calling for heal, then nade yourself, but try to learn to trust your off support. Well, your other support. Okay, you're fine. You're healing. You're in an okay spot. Heal Echo. Look for that. Yeah, he should have just gotten health pack. Your Diva's in there. You call your your Diva's still living now. It's crazy. Okay, you're vibing. You nade. That's fine. You just want to heal. And yeah, he walked out of. Yeah, he just walked into shield. Oh no, that's just... I'm just gonna skip ahead. You die there. Let me see why you died there, actually. Whoa, wait, you died very quick. For what reason? Right, you didn't need to scope there. It's fine. Okay, this is fine scoping. I'm gonna kill... Yeah. Miss sleep. To be honest, yeah, you die there no matter what. You just have to hit the sleep if you want to live. Or nade yourself. You could have naded yourself, too, a lot earlier. Since your Lucio was... Hold on, let's take a gander at where your Lucio is. Your Lucio thinks he's the next band kid prodigy over here. What the fuck is he doing? Yeah. Like, if you see your Lucio doing this, which is going to happen a lot, then you can nade yourself. But I don't want you to get into the habit of nading yourself. I want you to understand why you'd be nading yourself. It's kind of like you don't want to memorize the questions or the answers of the questions on your test. How much time do we have, by the way?
10 minutes.
10 minutes when we have 7 minutes of VOD to go through, so we're just gonna step it up. Yeah, but your Lucio's up there. Whatever, man. That's just interesting. Yo, that sleep on the wall, unacceptable, dude. Unacceptable.
Alright, that was me doing the shift tab to the Discord overlay.
No, you're good, dude.
Alright.
Alright, you switched to Winston, but your win con should still be a Nano Blade, because what the hell is your Winston doing? That's just not even your fault. I'd be telling Winston, like, dude, you gotta stay in my LS. Yeah, just fight lost. Right here, you'd be fault. Yeah, that's fine. I'm not like narking on you or saying that you did bad. Just, you know, making sure you're doing that. Yeah, right there, you should be calling fight lost and just get out. Because you lost your Diva and the Visoring. Alright, don't tunnel vision on your Genji too hard. Your monkey's crit. And you're not running like a healer that's going to be able to heal him up. I understand you're looking for a nano there. But make sure that your monkey's not dying, because if your monkey's dead, like, that makes your win con weaker. I understand that your win con is Nano Blade, but don't tunnel vision him if he's not getting focused either.
Gotcha.
I mean, I understand that you want to hit that nano for the blade, but you don't want to tunnel vision and like have people that shouldn't really be taking poke before fight. That's not really your mistake. Just be ready to be more reactive.
You're powered up. Get in there.
Okay. Good nade. Just barely didn't get your tanks. That would have hit too. Alright, you're anti-LOSing that soldier. That's good. But the thing is that there's a wall. Make sure you're communicating with your Zarya not to step up there. Because, yeah, that was just unlucky because the soldier was top left and they sim-walled. You would have had a call for... You would have had a call for your Zarya to play back to the left below the soldier and for you to get a nade on yourself and hopefully kill the soldier. Or just pressure him off. But Plats just aren't going to do that, so it's an unlucky fight. That was really good on their part, though. That sim wall just destroyed your entire tempo. Mostly because your Winston took too much damage before you even engaged. A lot of it's actually like, what is he doing? Hard diving against that. Like, you can't do anything here. Oh wait, why are you stepping in front? Don't do that. Even though your teammates take space, let them do that first. And if anything, if you're trying to take like step positioning wise, you just come here, but then there's turrets there. You'd splash yourself right here on that wall. It'd be fine. But the only place you should really be stepping, if anything's here. But that's after your Doom and stuff go in. Since we don't have a lot of time, I would explain to you the concept of a line of scrimmage, but I did just release a YouTube video last week with Lawpole about it. You'll see it in like the first like minute or two. I'll send that to you.
Yeah,
but
minutes into it.
all right, good. Line of scrimmage it's in terms of pushing is an idea that I'm just learning now, but that's what this entails. You stepped a little bit too fast just because your team wasn't taking space, which is you have the right idea, but you're not the tank. I like the high ground start. You're behind the wall, but you're still getting spammed. Wait, are you behind the wall? You're visible. They start shooting you. You got to get out of that. Yeah. Okay, then maybe don't go high ground ever. I didn't know that was the thing, because I never go high ground, to be honest with you. Your team still manages to win this fight, though, it looks like. Your Winston kills something. Wow. That literally just won you the fight. Well, I'm not even going to look at that. It's a win no matter what. This isn't really worth it, because you win the fight. I'm not worried about it. Alright. Stop jumping. Smile. Tanks are LS. Gotta tell them that. Unlucky to miss sleep. Health pack. You're on Moira now, so your ult charge is not gonna be easily. Oh, okay, yeah. That's something we should talk about. I'm sure you saw that your team changed, but what to? Alright, now that you're looking at this, top 3 people to nano. Go.
Doom, Winston, Ash, or Bob?
Alright, why do you say Doom first?
Our Winston did not know how to play the game, and our Doom was doing well.
You know what? I like that answer, because that's exactly what I was fucking thinking. And then Winston second, just because it's a good Winston nano. What about nanoing the Cole?
Did not think about that one.
I'm telling you, man, I shunned that idea for so long. But when you play with Nolan on the flank, and you look at their comp, and they have no stuns, and their backline is as... Like, their support line gets really pressured out by Cole extremely easily. Nano Cole in this situation isn't bad. The only thing that your Moira has to dodge is the Sig Rock, in which she should be fine because your tank should be able to give her that space. But Nano Cole... I mean, you're never going to be running a comp legitimately where you're going to have a Moira on her. But Nano Cole is still extremely, extremely high damaging and will win fights. So that's also an option if, like, your Winston's dead, it's mid-fight, and it's like, you need to win this fight. Nano Cole is completely fine. I still think that Nano Doom is better, but keep that in mind that that's also a win condition if it's like, oh shit, we need to win now. Okay, dropping off the high ground. Did you mean to do that?
I meant to get on the bridge.
You meant to get on here?
Yeah, the bridge, and then rotate to the like little post.
Here to here.
Yeah.
I disagree with that completely. You want to know why? I think here, this spot right here is good every time. Look at their comp. They don't have a Widow. They don't have a Hanzo. They have a soldier, but their soldier will not be able to get enough space or poke on you to kill you. This angle right here is so good. You're out of everyone's, out of their range, and the nades are super easy from here too. Thing is, if you're playing here, remember that line of scrimmage idea? Now their tanks get value on you. Now their Reaper gets value on you. So, scoping from right here is really good. If you need to, rotating up here can be fine, so you can get easier nades. Even here is really good on this comp because their SIG can't really... I mean, their SIG can shield you off, but you can just rotate. I say here is like your second spot that you want to go to. Here is the best spot to go to against that comp. And that's why I want you to start analyzing comps more, because that's going to sway the way that you're positioning yourself.
Gotcha, yeah.
But right here, almost every time, this is a really good starting position against most comps. I don't think here is ever a really good spot, because you're putting yourself way too close to the action, and that's not what you want to do against that comp.
Yep, got it.
But anyways, let's keep going, because 5 minutes left probably?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay. Missed the SIG, it's fine. Wow, you didn't hit the SIG there? It's tough. I know you know, hit as many targets as possible to nade. Yeah, see, right there, you probably lost the fight strictly because you were just too close to that Zarya and the action in general. Yeah, you lose the fight. Was it entirely your fault? No, but in the sake of getting better, yes, it was your fault every time. Yeah, against better teams, you would have died there against the soldier. Wait for your diva to help you cross. Does that make sense? Because right here, that soldier would have hit every shot on you. The Zen would have hit every shot on you. And the diva was right here. Just wait for your diva to DM you so that you don't die. Because you don't have to go this long angle over here. You can still go here. Just make sure that you're getting help from your tanks.
Gotcha.
Keep in mind that, like, you can be a selfish bitch sometimes, but don't be a selfish. Be selfish and then learn from when you're wrong when you're selfish. That's my nade. Just go for health pack. Okay, here's the thing: if you're not gonna nade yourself there, don't go for health pack and just let your Moira heal you. Because then that you do you know anything about economics, microeconomics?
Kind of.
No. Do you know what a deadweight loss is?
Not really.
It's pretty much when the government like puts in like a price ceiling or a price floor. There's a specific amount that people won't sell or buy, or like the producers won't sell, the sellers or the consumers won't get to buy, and no one gets that money. In that case, they call it a deadweight loss because you're just losing out on value that you could have gotten if you didn't put the price ceiling in and everything was in equilibrium. Right there, you had a deadweight loss of alt charge because you didn't get any, and neither did your Moira. I mean, the other country did. Don't let the other countries be better than you. That's the name of the game. Let's not make this too political, guys. Okay. Anyways, we're going into this. This is a fine starting spot.
Sorry to put pressure on you, but if you can...
Sorry, what?
Not to put any pressure on you, but if you can, try not to pause. I don't have much time, unfortunately.
Okay, you have 2 minutes left. This is fine. Oh, you should be looking for the sleep on that SIG. I know you can hit that sleep in time. He was floating straight up in the sky. You hit that every time. And you win the fight just by doing that. Look for sleeps like that, if you can make it. Yeah, that nade wasn't... You could have hit the Moira there if you're going for that nade. This is really weird positioning, man. Line of scrimmage. You could have stayed up top. In which you do rotate eventually anyways. But maybe your diva dies. You could have probably healed her. Your diva just won them. Wow. Wait, you guys actually lose this though because of the time. But your diva literally should have won you that. Alright, yeah. You have nano. You should be nanoing your monkey right now. Alright, nano in there. Your nano, yeah, the nano on Winston I think should have came sooner. Because that's kind of your win con since Doom's dead. But that Reaper hit the fat ult. Well, actually, your win con would probably be keeping your diva up, but she bombed. So you could have nanoed your diva earlier. That's just things to think about when you're looking back. But since I'm in a little bit of the time crunch, I don't want to analyze that too much. Probably lose here, right? You don't even get to come back, I would assume.
Yeah.
Right here, I would be going Moira or Lucio to get back quicker. Or Bap for Immort. And on this point, I'd probably say Moira or Bap.
You're going to be okay.
Oh, focus damage on that brig there. You could have maybe killed. I know someone might die, but that's a pick in an overtime situation, which could be big. But yeah. All right. So, do you have time for me to give you recaps? Do you have notebooks, notebook paper, anything to write on?
I have a notebook right now. Yeah.
All right. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right. The big thing I want you to look at is, all right, make this the big like the header of the bullet points I'm going to give you. All right. Comp analysis, like team comp analysis, and let me know when you're ready to get the rest.
Yep, just spill it out.
Okay. What they're running, and what their win con is.
Yep.
What you're running, what your win con is.
Yep.
And how you should be positioning. Like, look at your initial position back when you're looking at VODs again, which I do recommend, and see if the way that you position yourself is good for what they're running and what you're trying to run and how your team wants to play.
Yep.
So adapt based off of what they're running and what you're running and find that equilibrium of what's going to be stronger.
Got it. Thank you.
Yeah. Do you have any other time, or is this like you're done?
Unfortunately, I have to go.
Okay, I'll tell you the rest then on DMs. But thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. Guys, for anyone that's going to be watching this on YouTube, if any of you guys want your VODs reviewed, just come into my Discord. It'll be in the description, and just DM me your link, your time that you want to review, or if you don't want to be here when I'm reviewing it, that's fine. But if you guys have any questions, I do look in the comments now below every day, probably until like a month later. I'll actually still see it a month later because I get an email about it. So any questions, just feel free to comment. And if you liked this, make sure you like, subscribe, all the basic YouTuber shit. But until next time, peace out and paz out. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one.